We often think of success as this magical thing, right? Like it's all about raw talent, something you're either born with or you're not. But what if that's not the whole story? What if it's not a gift at all, but a system that anyone can learn? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today.
So let's just get right to it. Is success really about being a natural-born genius, or is it about following a system? This is the big question, and honestly, the answer could completely change the way you go after your goals.
And the answer we're exploring today is that success is absolutely a system. The best way to picture it? Think about climbing a mountain. It's not just a chaotic scramble to the top. Nope. There's a base, there's a path, and there's a peak. It's a map that we can all follow.
Okay, so just like any serious climb, it all starts with setting up a solid base camp. You can't even think about the summit until your foundation is secure. So let's get into the 3 rules that you've got to have locked in before you even take your first step up that mountain.
First up, passion. And let's be clear, we're not talking about just being excited about something for a week. Passion is your fuel for the long haul. It's that deep down reason why you're doing this, the thing that keeps you practicing and studying when nobody's around to give you a pat on the back. Because let's face it, if your why is weak, your consistency is going to completely collapse when things get tough.
Next up in that foundation is persistence. Honestly, you can just think of this as doing the reps. It's the unglamorous part. It's the boring, repetitive work that you have to do day in and day out. This is where most people tap out, right before the results start to show up. They quit during that invisible grind before the momentum really kicks in.
And the third piece of our foundation, this one's a game changer, is humility. Why? Because humility is what keeps you coachable. It's your shield against that arrogance that tricks you into thinking you already know everything. It lets you see feedback not as an insult, but as a crucial upgrade to your entire process. It helps you learn fast.
So how do you actually put this into practice? Here's a quick checklist for your foundation. For passion, ask yourself, what problem am I actually willing to suffer for? For persistence, don't aim for perfection. Instead, set a bare minimum standard for what you'll do even on your worst days. And for humility, live by this rule. If I'm wrong, I want to find out as early as possible. That right there, that's your base camp.
All right, your foundation is set. You're ready to go. Now it's time to actually start the climb. So let's talk about the 2 rules that are going to guide you on your journey up the mountain.
Now this is where we see a huge shift in mindset. On the left, you've got how most people think, that time is just, seconds and minutes, and relationships are about collecting contacts. But check out the reality on the right. For successful people, time isn't just a clock ticking, it's about compounding. That 1 hour of work you do every single day doesn't just add up, it multiplies over time, kind of like compound interest. And relationships, forget networking. It's about building leverage through real, earned trust. One person who deeply trusts you can do more for you than 100 random contacts ever could.
Okay, you're on the path. You're making progress. Now what? Well, now it's time to start layering on the things that build real, deep expertise. These are the 4 rules for growth that you'll stack on top of each other as you get higher and higher.
And look at how beautifully this all fits together. It all starts with knowledge. That gives you your direction, so you're not just running around in circles. Then you build skills so you can actually execute on that knowledge. And then come the mistakes, and they will come. But they're not failures. They are pure data. You put all of that together, and what do you get? Experience. And that, my friends, is true wisdom.
I really want to let this one sink in for a second because it is such a powerful mindset shift. Mistakes are not failure. They are data. The source is so clear on this. The best in the world don't try to avoid making mistakes. No way. They just get incredibly good at auditing them. They look at what went wrong and ask, okay, what happened? Why did it happen? And what am I going to do differently next time? All right, let's pull the camera back. Let's zoom all the way out and look at the entire map from a bird's eye view. We've built the foundation, we've walked the path, and we've added the layers of growth. Now you can see the whole system, all in one place. This is your map to the peak.
And there it is, the complete Mountain of Success framework. You've got your foundation at the bottom, passion, persistence, and humility. Guiding you on the path are time and relationships. And then you build true mastery with the growth layers, knowledge, skills, mistakes, and experience. See how it all stacks up? It all works together.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's this. Success stops feeling like winning the lottery and starts to become predictable, but only when your system for getting there is consistent. It's not about luck, it's about the process. And that brings us to the end. So as you look at this whole system, I want to leave you with a question, a really important one.
Which of these 9 rules do you feel is already your strength? And, maybe more importantly, which one are you going to intentionally start working on next?